great. I love this place, especially Nikki, Renee's daughter. She's very sweet and helpful. We ordered a cake for my best friend's birthday party not too long ago, and the cake was absolutely amazing. And we want to come back here many times over to get the cake, the cookies, you name it, they have it. They're great. Carrot Top is #1 here.
Welcome to another episode of the Urban Wall Street Project. I'm your host, Earl Christian III, and tonight in the studio we have some amazing guests. You just saw the opening, talking about the founder and creator and tastemaker specialist of Carrot Top Pastries, Miss Rene Mancino, and her daughter, Tanyika, a.k.a. Nikki. Without further ado, we're going to talk about it. Pastries, cakes, carrots, cakes. It's an amazing situation. If you're in New York, you might want to get uptown. But let's go right into it. Ladies, how are you?
How are you?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to have you on the show. Mama, loving the Carrot Top. Before I even get into it, tell me about this specialty, that Carrot Top muffin.
It's my calling card. Whenever I go on any show or do any type of appearance, I only take my carrot muffin. And it's my calling card. It's it's outstanding. It's the, basically it's the carrot cake. And I just added raisins and made it into a muffin.
Definitely.
And it became a hit instantly, you know. I ship it all over the United States. And
it's also a cookie, too.
Oh, yeah. I baby cookies, too.
Oh, I'm about to taste
the muffin's a cookie also. That carrot cake recipe is very versatile.
That's the music.
In fact, we sell the batter.
Oh, yeah.
All
That's
right.
right.
That's what it's and that's what it's about. So of course the topic is Carrot Top, of course, but Pastry 101. And the reason I entitled that because the Urban Wall Street Project is definitely about educating, entertaining, but it's really important that the generation that's coming behind, they get valuable wisdom and insight and knowledge from individuals that have come before them that are successful and know exactly what needs to be done to make it happen. So I want to talk about Carrot Top. What was the inspiration for Carrot Top Pastries and how long has it been in existence?
I've been operating and baking for about 34 years. She's my inspiration. She's my driving force. I wanted her to stay in private school, and I started baking. And for the first 6 years, I baked for 6 upstate prisons. And that kept her in school and me in school and a roof over our head and all that kind of stuff.
Tell the story.
What story?
When we lived on 207 with the shopping cart story?
Oh, I started delivering my cakes on the subway, and then I graduated to shopping bags, Macy's shopping bags, then cloth shopping bags. Then I graduated to a shopping cart and a kid to make my deliveries on the subway. And I delivered my first big account was Balducci's down the village. And I would drop her off at school.
But she used to bake in our apartment.
Oh, yeah, 6 years, those first 6 years, all done from my apartment.
The whole kitchen covered with all type of goodies.
And I baked 250 items per prison, 6 prisons a week. Someone delivered the 5. The last was Sing Sing, and I had to deliver that myself, so I had to rent a car and drive up to Sing Sing. And I baked from Wednesday to Friday, and Saturday they picked them up at my apartment. But I would go to Pathmark in the middle of the night and pick up my ingredients, a shopping cart full of carrots, flour, 4 or 5 trips at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I baked day and night, and that was my driving force because I wanted her to have the best that I can give her. And it just took a lot of drive and determination, and that's what it takes to be successful. Never giving up, never listen to what anyone said you can't do.
Yep.
Definitely. And it's important. I'm so happy, you started off by letting them know the drive, and the people got to hear how much had to go into it, getting on the train, getting the bags, and doing whatever you needed to do to get your brand out there and see your dream come to fruition. That's a beautiful thing. It's really, really important that you're hearing that, and I so appreciate it. Now, as far as baking, has it always been in your blood? Have you always wanted to be a baker?
No, I want to be a pathologist. But I'm from a family of bakers. Everyone in my family, my mother, we all bake. My mother, we were very poor, so my mother, Christmas time, would bake 9 kinds of cookies, 3 or 4 kinds of cakes and everything. And it was something that you grew up with. You make patterns of fudge, and if you got home from school on time, you get 2 squares of fudge if you got home from school in time.
You gotta make some fudge.
I haven't made. Yeah, I guess I could make some fudge.
True. Now, I know you have 2 locations right here in New York. and they both do well. One's the original one further uptown. And fortunately, I've had the opportunity to experience both of them. And what I want to say is, you know, when you think about, there's so many different industries that we're in. And for me, I was definitely pleased because I've passed Carrot Top, but it's definitely pleased to find out that a black woman owned it, started it, and it was from ground up and really put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into making it happen. So I want to ask you if for young people, a lot of young people think this is what I want to do or they want to go into it. If you could give a person who is interested in becoming a baker or having their own bakery or confectionery 3 sound pieces of advice that they should start with, the first 3 fundamentals, what would you say, Renee? Or Nika, you can give them the first one too. Nika.
Be prepared for a lot of hard work and long hours.
And bake it a lot at home. Bake as often as you can at home. And start with cake mixes and everything. Perfect a box cake and everything like that. Sell to your friends or no, because they don't want to pay you any money.
Right.
Well, one thing they could do is they could take it to work and sell it to their coworkers and see how that works out.
Right. And so it's good, in network marketing, we call that your warm market. Start with the people that you know and try to build up a clientele base right there. That's good. Now, I know when you're working, you've been in business for a long time. And a lot of times good work is good, help is hard to find, but you always want to create opportunities. How is it, finding employees that want to get into, people that come to you that want to be in the pastry industry, or they just want an opportunity, or what is it like? Interns, employees?
I'll let her answer that because I don't work with interns because I don't have the patience.
Okay.
She's a teacher more of, I'm not.
Okay.
A lot of people are just talk. Once they actually see the work that's involved in what we do, it's like in and out the door. So I try not to waste my time with certain people in the sense that you got to be serious what you want to do.
Right.
So, they have a lot of the culinary schools are out there. They have internships. So let them come in and work with us, and they're blown away by what we do.
And so far, they're so unqualified.
They don't.
I've been working with certain schools for several years, and I'm always very disappointed in they're so unprepared. And a lot of things too. Another thing too, they're sort of dissolute. They have an idea that it's going to be easy, and then when they get there, this is what they think they want to do and everything. And then when they get there, they realize how hard it is, especially during the holidays. And you get them a chance to really work and hustle.
I can
We
imagine.
had one intern that's still around. He's still actually making cakes on his own and selling them.
That's a beautiful thing.
Kareem.
Oh, yeah. But he wasn't a good intern.
Now you said, they're not, you were disappointed when you go to the schools and you see what they're learning. So in your opinion, since you're established in doing it as opposed to being in the classroom, what do you see that's being taught or happening that's like, okay, you're just not doing it the right way?
They're not putting enough time into the things that they're being taught to bake. Most of the kids that come, they can't even cut a cake in half and put and
can't even hold a knife.
They can't even handle a knife. And I don't understand, if you're doing the whole semester of training someone to work in a kitchen and everything, why they can't slice a cake, put frosting on it, and they can barely frost a cake.
If I know any better,
Well,
I'd
she
say
got to be able to
that.
frost it in. Well, I'm 3 minutes now, but she does it in a minute.
All right.
In my younger days, I did it in a minute.
But you know what?
Yes.
I would say they're probably training them to work from their homes, as in
I don't think
one
so.
thing at a time.
So this is Pastry 101. So here we are. We have a class of some high school students, a couple of college freshmen. They know that they want to become bakers. So since we weren't satisfied with what we saw when we went to their previous class, now they're in front of us, and we're going to give them Pastry 101. Get your notebooks out. This is the first thing you need to do if you really think or believe you want to be a baker. Here it is. One at a time. Nika.
Make sure everything is clean and uncluttered.
Okay.
She does not like clutter.
I do not like clutter, and also don't waste my time. And if this is not what you want to do, let me know within a week.
Right.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Because it takes me 2 weeks to realize that this isn't for you. But what I think these kids got this idea that, like, okay, I'll give you an example. My oldest grandson's 12. He asked, what job in the bakery pays the most money? And I said, the bakers. He says, well, I guess I want to be a baker. So this weekend for the New Year's, I let him make his first mix, and he really enjoyed it and everything. But I said, now I helped you make this one. The next one you make on your own. But the point is, he's going to learn also that it's not easy. And although you may make good money when you get good at it, you have to be fast. You have to mass produce.
Well, he makes the colors already.
Who? Your grandson? Your brother? Your son?
All right, now listen, ladies. Because I want to get into. Now I know you. We had an opportunity to go out to the Carrot Top because you have a couple locations. We had an opportunity to go out there and see the location and the facility and see the different types of cakes and pies and sweets and desserts that you make. So as we look at them and see them, I want you to kind of tell our audience what it is that we are seeing. Because I was there, and I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of things that go on when you go down to the kitchen and you see all the work and you see the table full of just brownies and chocolate that has to be melted. There's so many different things. So we're going to look at some of these things, and as we're looking at them, we're going to talk about it and describe exactly what we're looking at and maybe how it goes down and making it happen.
But you know what? First and foremost, everything we make, we eat.
Right.
So we know it's good all day, every day.
No, I don't.
I do.
When her tongue is blue, she's been eating blue frosting.
All right. So I'd like to go to a couple of clips and see some things as we look at this right now.
Carrot Top is a great place. The food is always fresh. They serve you. The servings are huge, as you can see,
Grilled chicken
and the people are very pleasant. So we love it here.
But it's really
I'm
good.
here for lunch pretty often.
Nice.
That's something you pick at. And those are our tarts, strawberry tarts, chocolate tarts, our little menu. Oh, my mother, you want to tell her news articles?
Yeah, some of the TV shows I've been on.
This is our downtown store between 164th and 165th and Broadway. Oh, we're making chocolate arugula. I love arugula.
I brought you some of those.
Wow.
But the thing about our arugula is that they're the biggest in the city.
Yes, they're like the green
They're like
giant arugula.
triple the size of what a regular arugula. It's supposed to be like a pinky size.
Yeah, that
it's
looks
like a
huge,
whole
like a
hand right
fist.
there.
Yeah,
right?
I couldn't stop them from making them oversized, so I just let them go.
Yeah, we do everything big. It
Right,
just
right.
happens that way.
Yeah.
And that's some chocolate being melted.
Chocolate
chocolate being melted down.
Pure
Oh,
chocolate.
yeah.
Oh, that looks so
Being
good.
melted.
Gotta see it. Oh,
To make probably
yeah.
chocolate covered strawberries
Or something.
And now we
That's
get, here we go with the carrot muffin. Serious.
That batter is so good. I'm a batter
Yes, I
person. I
eat
like to eat
batter.
the batter.
Is that one of those batters that people can eat? Like people eat cookie dough, they
No,
just want to
that's
sip on
No,
it?
you just
Because
lick
we
that,
can
but the cookie
Okay.
dough you eat.
Now, I
Those are
saw
cake
this.
crumbs being
These are
made.
cake crumbs, okay.
That go around the chocolate tarts.
We use our own. We use our own cake to put around our the crumbs.
Yeah,
around
that's
our-
the chocolate tarts, and we're gonna
That's
put the
maybe
cake crumbs
chocolate
around
mousse
it.
or-
It's like a chocolate mousse tart. The crust, the shell of the tart is a pastry shell dipped in chocolate with the mousse center going all the way up with the chocolate cake crumbs around it.
If you're a chocoholic, that's good.
Oh, that's one of our cakes. That's
Part of a wedding
part of a
cake.
wedding cake. Extra cake for a wedding cake.
Extra cake for a wedding.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of things. And here we have another cake.
That's
another
extra cake
extra
for a
cake for a
wedding
wedding
cake to match the wedding cake.
Imagine
okay.
the wedding cake. Instead of having a plain cake, you can put it on the table with your wedding cake.
Oh, all right, that's cool. And then here we
Oh
have
yeah, most of we also specialize in art. Our cakes are a lot of
Nikki's an
artwork is
artist.
drawn by hand. We do it by hand.
Nikki does.
That's Betty Boo. I enjoy
Betty
showing
Boo,
her.
that's your favorite? One of your
Yeah.
favorites?
One of my favorites.
Is that? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very good. I
Yeah,
like that.
do
The
that.
artwork is amazing. And of course, we got
Yeah,
something for
do
the
that.
kids.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Spider-Man? It's great. Fantastic. It's an amazing situation. How long does it take to make one of these specialty cakes, SpongeBob? How long does it
To
take
draw
to
the
make,
picture.
I mean, just from the beginning to end, to make the cake, from the
Nikki.
beginning to the end.
How long does it take?
Actually, it depends on the time of year actually because the weather, the humidity, and the heat.
Right.
Because most of our cakes are made with cream cheese frosting,
Okay.
and that doesn't do well in heat. So that would take like an hour, but it could take like 30 minutes to make a sheet cake with the picture on it.
Wow.
She's
Time
an
to
artist. I'm a copier. I
Depending on what the picture
on a
is.
cake for the United Nations.
This is our other location uptown on 214th Street in Broadway.
Yeah, definitely a nice
And we
layout.
just remodeled this
This
location.
is the design we're going to have for our franchise.
Yeah, all our franchises
We're
will
getting
look
ready to
like
start
that.
franchising. That's
Yeah.
all this
Right.
year's
That's what we're
people
going
been
to talk
And
about.
see that
definitely.
sign you just passed? It said if you build it, they will come.
My
That's
husband,
right.
My husband designed everything and does all the building. That's our Linzer tart.
Linzer tarts, heart
Now
shape.
that dough is good.
I can imagine. Every
The
dough,
raspberry, the filling
every
is
dough,
good.
every
I
dough
don't
is
eat the
good.
raspberry, I eat the dough.
Those lemon meringue tarts, those are good
Remember
too.
tarts. Look, I'm just getting a cavity just watching this.
You would.
My cameraman's over here drooling over here. It's
You
just a
get
beautiful
fat, you
situation.
That's because he
Definitely
knows.
get fat, 'cause he knows.
That's
He
our
knows.
mocha,
Chocolate mocha
Okay,
One layer
okay.
yellow, one layer chocolate.
with apricot filling.
The
Almond
fire
on the
chaser.
outside.
toasted almonds.
Wow,
That's our
look at
chocolate
that.
mousse.
Chocolate mousse,
With
yellow
chocolate
cake,
mousse.
chocolate cake with mousse in the middle, frosted with white buttercream frosting with marble chocolate dripped on top with big luscious strawberries to
Yes,
top it
yes,
off.
yes. Carrot Top available. Since 1979, we've been doing the thing for a moment.
Yeah,
And
that
I love
first
the
store
brick right there.
It was, when we first opened that store, we only did $50 a week worth of business.
And
so
we lived upstairs.
We lived over the store. My husband said the ceiling was high
In
enough, so
fact,
we
that
lived in.
location, there was no second floor. My parents built the second floor.
Uh-huh.
They got together. I remember my mother being up on the beam.
With my combat boots on.
Wow.
In fact, I remember my mother, when I was little, when I come in from school, she would be baking in the store, and she had a shelf underneath the table, and I would sleep underneath on the shelf, and she made me a little bed under the table. All night, just baking.
Now I know you've done some major things. You've done cakes and pies and pastries for some top brand name people who have done things in entertainment. Tell me about some of the people who you provided cakes for.
Richard Pryor,
King of Spain.
the King, Mother Teresa,
Bishop Tutu.
Stevie Wonder. You gotta throw in Maria Davis because
Yeah, but because
we do a lot of
Maria
cakes for
Davis.
Maria
Maria
Davis.
Davis
Anytime
was,
she has an event, we do a cake for her.
back when years ago, whenever
Morgan Freeman.
I did Morgan Freeman's 40th birthday cake too.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Maria, whenever that they would Arista Records or some of the record labels would hire new artists, sign new artists, we did the picture on the cake. We all went back to that guy named Friday Night.
Bernard Wright.
Oh, okay,
Bernard Wright.
okay.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did a lot of cakes.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know. It was a basketball player. He comes to the store. I don't remember his name.
I just look up to him like this.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the business, because Urban Wall Street products about the business. So I like talking about the product or the creation, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, the business is the most important thing, because the cakes can be delicious and the people can work efficiently. But if the business of pastry making and being a pastry master, if you will, is not on point, then things will fall apart. So talk to me about the business. What type of mind or what type of strategies should someone put in place from a business perspective if this is what they want to get into?
I think a major part of the business strategy is taking care of our customers.
Okay.
Customer service is number one.
But he's talking money-wise.
I know,
Right.
but that's where the money comes
Right.
in too.
But I mean,
Because
from
if
a
you don't take
businesswoman,
care of
right.
them,
It's salary. You can't
Okay.
take any more than what your
yeah,
salary
that's
is.
true too.
Okay.
You can't just go into a register and take any money out anytime you want, and think that that's it, because you won't have any money to reinvest into your business. For the first 3 to 6 years, I made no salary at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
You just got your salary
what?
paid.
I just got paid for 4 weeks. I'm the last one paid, or I have to take my salary and pay someone else if at the end of the week we don't have a cash flow.
Right.
I have to give her my money.
Right, right.
And then I collect it the next week or whenever they have it and everything. But you can't overspend your money. When I first started my first account with the prisons, I took my rent money and to buy the ingredients, but I didn't know that the state paid every 30 days.
Right.
So I almost got evicted. And what I learned is I took my money and divided it into 3 parts. 1 part for my enjoyment, 1 part to save, and 1 part to reinvest.
Okay.
And that if you follow that, plus my husband handles all the money,
Right.
and he's a money master. He's a mathematical whiz, and if you take an advance and she takes advances, it comes out of your salary. Don't think that we're going to forget about
Right,
the
for
advance.
sure, for sure.
We don't play around with the money, and we from our first large income tax checks, we reinvested. I got my first big mixer. For every anniversary that came up, my husband would say, "Hey, honey, look what I bought you. New refrigerator or new oven and everything."
Right.
You reinvest your money and everything, and you just don't think that everything that comes in is profit. You got to understand that you have to reinvest. Plus, we didn't get all those small business loans that they always say that is available and all that. They're not. And that means you're going to either have to find someone that believes in you and will give you a chance, which we were blessed to do for that. But basically, my husband is a retired cop now, but he had to stay on the job for 6 years because we weren't making enough money. And so what happened, the reason why I moved over the store, we couldn't afford 2 rents.
Wow.
And it was a lot of sacrifice. We used to pawn all of our jewelry. We pawned a lot of stuff and everything just to pay our rent and everything. And it was really hard. I remember sometimes we had places of friends that owned pizzerias, fed the whole family for $5.
Wow.
We made a lot of sacrifices, and we still make sacrifices. We never forget where we came from. I don't. And
Don't look at me like I can't go.
and you always remember that, you know, here today, gone tomorrow, or you're at the top today, and you just got to remember what it took to get there, and you really just can't you can't just take it so lightly and just handle your money so loosely, because you don't have anything to reinvest when those opportunities come along and everything. And you know, it's not easy and everything, but you just have to be level-headed and everything. Like my first time I got a TV interview, I thought, oh man, I made it. But then I realized if only 5 people saw me on TV that day, only 5 people know about me.
Right.
So you have to ground yourself when you get all the publicity, like the New York Times. I was discovered by the New York Times. They say I make the best carrot cake in New York City and the world. And I'm the carrot cake queen of New York City. It's good to be the queen.
Definitely good to be the queen.
But I'm also a quality control. When I get one complaint from a customer, I'm down in that factory, and I can trace the problem within an hour. I can figure out what the problem is.
It takes you less than that.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Now, this one I want to ask, because I know, you know, everything, Murphy's Law plays a part in everything. And no matter how smoothly, you know, things go, there's always something. So what's certain things that, I should say, come up in the daily life of a pastry maker that's like, you know, wow, I can't believe, you know, it seemed like it shouldn't come up. We got past it. After doing it for so long, still certain things just going to happen just because it's the nature of the game.
Your compressors break down.
The compressors.
Your oven stopped working. Your freezers. Your employees don't show up. They burn
Someone
something.
doesn't come when something.
Someone gets drunk and forget to put
And forget to take their. That's what I was about to say.
When you're going on your first vacation, someone sets the oven on fire, and you, an hour or two before you go to the airport, and you have to run back home because the fire department's breaking through your store. And I mean, there's always something. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and it's
Or fire from the store next door. Remember that one? Oh yeah, it was that.
Oh
yep. We almost lost the office.
Wow, that's unfortunate. Yeah, fire can definitely be a deadly thing.
all kind of things can go wrong.
Floods, definitely.
Or we don't get a delivery of something.
Right, you don't get the delivery or
so you're always ready for that, because we jump in her car, my car, we'll go get it.
Well, when I first started, I put a milk crate on the back of my bike and went and got my.
You understand that?
I don't know about the bike.
You got to really go hard if you want to do this. Milk crates, bikes, shopping cart, plastic bag, using the rent, and you know, it's a serious situation, but it's about sacrifice. Pawn and jewelry. You know, a lot of times we hold on to these you don't sell the kids. A lot of times we hold on to these tangible, you know, items and objects for whatever reason, and sometimes they stand in the way of our goal. If your goal is to become whatever it is you want to become, you got to be able to relinquish whatever it is. Sacrifice brings rewards, not greed. Sacrifice truly brings you rewards. So before we, get out of here.
It's funny you said that about falling back or never forgetting where you come from, because if you notice, sometimes we have to resort to things we used to do before. Like sometimes we got to go and get something from another place that now we get it delivered, but now we have to go pick it up.
Right.
Now, we've talked about so much, and I could go on and on and on, but I tell you, this 30 minutes goes by so fast.
Wow.
But before we get out of here, Rene, I want you to, let my people know, and there's your eye right there. I want you to let my young, aspiring pastry makers, cake bakers, and just business people, specifically my young African-American business women, let them know what they need to be prepared for, whether they're going to become a business owner as a pastry chef, or a baker, or whatever the case may be as a business owner.
Well, one thing you have to realize is that your life is your business. You eat, sleep, and dream your business. And no matter what the circumstances are, no matter if you wake up, you startled out of your sleep for a disaster and everything, you have to take control and do it. And you never listen to anyone to tell you can't do it. It only takes drive and determination and never giving up, and know that you're going to have to work very hard to get what you want. And if you're not willing to do that, you shouldn't try. But I suggest to everyone that want to go into a field that they really have no experience in, go and find the field you want to go into and work there for 6 months. Get the feel of what it's like to work in the business that you want to be in. Mm-hmm. If you give it 6 months, you'll realize that if you want to do it or not.
Definitely.
You know, when you have to get up and have to do whatever they tell you to do and everything, then you'll realize whether you want to do it. Because the food business is very, very hard.
Yes.
It's very demanding.
Very long hours.
And long hours. And it's also physical labor. Hard labor. But the benefits of it, you could buy a lot of nice toys.
No doubt, no doubt. So you already understand what it is. You hear it continuously. You have to be passionate. You have to be committed. You have to be willing to make a sacrifice. You have to live, eat, breathe, and think your business, because that's the only way it's going to happen. You have to understand sometimes people are not going to see your vision the way you see it because it's yours, but you got to stand tall, stand strong, and know it's going to happen. I want to thank my guests for being here. I hope you learned something. If in New York, definitely check out Carrot Top. It's a serious situation. If you're not in New York, they can probably make it happen wherever you are. You already know what it is. It's your boy Big Business, a.k.a. Earl Christian III, the host. We're doing it here. Stay prosperous, stay strong, have a happy new year. Be loved, be blessed, be mindful, keep your head right, stay focused. Life is good, but it's what you make it. All right, we're out of here. Peace.
Hello, how are you? My name is Malik, and I'm here at Carrot Top. It's a wonderful place for anyone to venture to. I've been eating here for more than 12 years now. The pastries here are phenomenal. I mean, one of the best places you can go to in New York. And a lot of people don't even know about this place. The neighborhood is pretty wonderful, and definitely a place you gotta come and try. Right about now, I'd like to give a little shout out to Nikki. That's one of the ladies here who works at Carrot Top, does the pastries. Excellent, excellent. What more can I say?